Howdy, hello, Jay Barino here. Welcome back to the true story of Arcane, created by Shar Dundred. It's a custom campaign for Warcraft 3. We're on the final playable mission of Act 2, A Fresh Breeze. And then there's an interlude after that called Crossroads. I suspect we probably will not be knocking this out in one video, but we'll see. Really depends. I am aware that we can play this as any of the three factions, which is really interesting. Let's get into it and see. Following the events below the Darren outpost, Edale and Salamar make their way to the coast to meet with Admiral Seabright. Meanwhile, the force of Orcs has sent to establish a foothold for the upcoming invasion. In order to gain the naval superiority, the Undead have also moved out to build their own fleet. The Orcs come to pillage, the humans to defend, and the Undead to outplay both factions. Unbeknownst to all of them, a fourth force has also entered the battlefield waiting for the right chance. Go to the coast, they said. Defend the borders of our great empire, they said. And what am I defending them from? No demons, no demon slaves. Nothing really that's an actual threat. I'm fighting orcs. Orcs. Pillagers. I could be literally anywhere fighting anyone instead of this. Like in the tavern I found you in? You have your orders, Admiral Seabright. It's your duty to fight their kind. Thanks for reminding me. I almost forgot. You shouldn't need an admiral for something like this. A lower officer like yourself is more than up to the task. Be that as it may, you have your orders. Also, there's still an unofficial reason for you to be here. Yes, whatever. Let's just be done with this already. Admiral Seabright. Salamar and Edale, finally. What did you find? It is complicated. We found a demonic artifact, but it was mostly destroyed before we could take it. However, we found clues that led to another such artifact. We must get there as soon as possible. Demonic artifact, you say? Can't say I like the sound of that, but alright. Where is it? On an island not far from here. We're going to need one of your ships to get us there. Easier said than done. The Orc raiders have quite a lot of ships, and we're still waiting for the Imperial fleets in Pyru and Carol. They're quite late. Given the fact that we're facing mere pillagers here, I guess they're taking their sweet time. Allow us to assist you then. I'm not sure if waiting is an option. We're already late for the last artifact. We cannot afford to lose too much time. Aye, you're probably right. We'll assemble our own fleet then. General Prideblade sent a detachment of the Dragon Regiment to support us as well. I don't think the Orcs will expect them. Yes, the Dragon Regiment. How fortunate that they grace us with their presence. I like how Thanak's eyes are creepy. I don't know if that's intended, but they're creepy. Anyway, since you're leaving for the island, I will return to General Bloodclaw to report in your stead. Tell me exactly what happened below the outpost so my report can be thorough. Leave nothing out. By the way, Thanak is actually a dragon, if that wasn't clear. That's why he mocked the Dragon Regiment. Alright, you all know why we're here. We have to destroy the Imperial Navy and secure the coastline for our invasion. My father trusts that we will be successful. Sasragarn, this island is too small to construct our own fleet. We'll need to take the other islands to gather enough resources for our purposes. We shall do so, especially the large island southeast of here should be perfect. It was used by our clan in the past. There may still be an outpost. I trust you to take it, Grofzag. As you can see, Gorthog, we have everything under control. There's a reason why my father trusts me. You mean the same father who sent me here to make sure you didn't screw anything up? What? That's not. I think he made a joke, Sass. Any word from Vanessa, Grofzag? She and a small group of warriors successfully snuck past enemy lines. They'll proceed as planned and infiltrate the human land to spy on them. Sending the human to infiltrate the humans only makes sense if you're sure you can trust her. I don't understand why Rangul keeps such a treacherous pet. Pet? She's not one of your beasts. She was raised among our clan, Gorthog. She's one of us, a true member of the Deathbreeze clan, no matter her race. As you say, Grofzag, if Rangul decides to trust her, I'll respect his decision. However, do not expect me to trust a race we've been at war with ever since our people first met. I don't, but do not call her a pet again. As you wish. We've wasted enough time, Grofzag. Tell the warriors to begin constructing more ships. Then we'll destroy the human fleet. Meanwhile, Everything's going just as planned. The foolish humans and orcs are too busy fighting each other, so our presence here remains unnoticed. Indeed, the living should replace their scouts or alternatively replace their eyes with mechanical ones to increase their effectiveness. Maybe we should capture a few of them and tear out their eyes to study the... Galareth the Great. Of course, out of all servants Eredon could have sent to watch me, he just had to send the insane ogre of the Ardaz Nexus. I'm actually a human in the body of an ogre, or actually the mind of an ogre and a human combined into an ogre body to create the perfect specimen to present undead kind before the Council of... Enough. Tell me about the human reinforcements instead. How very rude, but I assume this is given from a demon. The other human fleets are not coming. The Rohir Nexus took control of several crew members of the ship during their last shore leave. They used them to sabotage the ships on the open sea. No ship or crew members survived. Good. That means... Unfortunately, they did not bring a single living crew member back. I would have loved to. You know, you've made your plans with their eyes quite clear, and I assume that you'd have liked to take more of them than just from their oculi. As much as I appreciate... take more than just their oculi. As much as I appreciate your company, I'd prefer it if you prepared your forces. It's only a matter of time until we're discovered, despite the lack of modification of mortal eyes. Oh, yes, I'll prepare the Nexus. We will also make sure to capture some of the living alive. Both the Ardogs and the Ajara have great interest in taking prisoners here. I don't know if Eredon sent this creature to purposefully irritate me or not. It matters little now. The time is almost right. At last. In this chapter, you're able to choose which race you play as. You can play as either the humans, the orcs, or the undead. As humans, you'll have control of Merlon's forces, supported by the Dragon Regiment. Your goal is to destroy all orc ships and shipyards. You start with a small base. As the orcs, you have control of Sassergarn's forces, supported by the Skullblade clan. Your goal is to destroy all human ships and shipyards. You start with a small base and a stronghold as an expansion. As the undead, you have control of the twisted creations of the Ardaz Nexus. Your goal is to destroy all human and orc ships and shipyards. You start with 3 bases. So we've played as the orcs in 2 macro missions, so I'm inclined to rule them out. We've played as the humans in at least 1 macro mission, and then also that most recent one. We had 1 mission as the undead, so I'm inclined to play as the undead. It also feels proper considering if you've played the other 2, if you played the other human and orc first books, you know the outcome of this, which is that the undead overrun them both, and that's canonically what's supposed to happen. And then when you play it as the undead as well, there's like an extra scene after that with Largoth. So I'm inclined to play as the undead. The orcs is just the Deathbreeze clan, though I guess also playing with Gorthok could be interesting. But I think I'm kind of ruling that out. Whereas the humans, we can play with the Dragon Regiment, it sounds like, which seems cool. Alternatively, we can play as the undead and play as the Ardaz Nexus with this goofy, weirdo ogre. I think let's try that. Destroy the human and orc fleet and shipyards. No optional quests. As the living are caught up in their little conflicts, the armies of the undead have arrived without being noticed by either faction. The path of the Watcher is clear. The undead shall take full control of the sea to stop both demonic and orcish attacks from this side of the continent. First, they would build their own fleet, then they would take out both the orc and imperial fleets to secure their own foothold in the region. So yeah, we do. This is 3 bases.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
What are you? Twin Dragon. It's like a chimera, undead chimera. That's cool. Alright, we got a lot to read and a lot to get started here. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and start making... just getting guys on lumber and such. Getting upgrades. And we'll make sure to read all this stuff and check out our new hero and all that. Oh, hello. Nether Dragons, my favorites. Nether Drakes. So I'm thinking we just get a ton of boats. Please leash. Please leash before I get back to my base. We want to go ahead and just get a ton of boats, gargoyles, and twin dragons. Seems really fun. These flesh cutters seem fun and cool. Let's quick save so we can read stuff. We're already familiar with Largoth and his dread claws. Galareth the Great. He can summon plague clouds that damage units. Okay, it's basically like a blizzard or a rain of fire. Transform, and then Hex, and then Unholy Aura is great. And then like a chain lightning that does a bunch of extra damage. Okay, let's go ahead and read. So it had said that these are each from different perspectives. Human entries are told from Edale's perspective. Orc entries are from a Deathbreeze clan guy. Undead entries are from a Zur Nexus scholar. Dragon Regiment. When I was a child, my mother would tell me legends about the old dragons of Rodan. Their scales were made out of pure silver and gold. They were friends of the Empire. The founders of the Dragon Regiment had formed a powerful bond with these ancient and wise creatures. I still remember dreaming about how it must have been, sitting on the back of such a majestic creature, feeling the wind blowing through my hair. It must have been true freedom, I thought. However, those days are long gone, along with these ancient dragons, if they were ever real to begin with. The Dragon Regiment still seems to cling to the legend, though. The creatures under their control are hardly dragons, but no member of the regiment would hear any of it. To them, they seem to be dragon enough. I can feel it. The creation of these creatures was not entirely natural. Someone used magic to adjust them, trying to recreate actual dragons. They failed. The Sea Drakes are the closest thing that the Dragon Regiment has to actual dragons, but they are ferocious and bloodthirsty beasts, showing less intelligence than you would expect from a dragon. Still, I cannot deny that the creatures of the Dragon Regiment are powerful, as they will happily remind any that confronts them about them not being actual dragons. Interesting, so it's like Dragon Regiment, but they're like fake dragons. They're trying, and that's also why Thanak mocked them. Merlon? While he still might not behave or look like it, Admiral Seabright is considered a living legend by both Imperial and Royal fleets. It's said that he was the captain of the ship that killed the terror of Feraldir, a gigantic demonic sea monster that had terrorized ships around Arcane for thousands of years. He seems to own countless medals, but hardly wears them. From what I have seen so far, he has many things, but arrogant isn't one of them, though I would really not call him modest either. In spite of this, there are some rumors about a wilder youth. There's even one claiming he was a pirate once. Maybe they're true, maybe they're not. I'm not sure what to make of him. There's something mysterious about him, despite his rather blunt attitude. I heard he was once a critic of General Bloodclaw until the two went out on some mission together. Whatever happened during that mission must have completely changed Seabright's opinion of Bloodclaw. I've heard that Admiral Seabright has become Bloodclaw's closest allies ever since. After the event below the Darren outpost, I find myself agreeing with Bloodclaw's mindset and that we must use everything we can, no matter the cost, to win this war. Maybe Seabright has come to see the same conclusion as I have when he and Bloodclaw started working together. Looking at it like that, I guess he and I have at least that in common. I'm not going to get close with pirates now, though. Probably. Okay, we can read some more later. Okay, we got these guys coming out. Let's go ahead and upgrade.
We demand additional lumber.
And did my... He did. Okay, I was going to say, did this guy make it? He did. Largoth. I got to remember what these heroes can even do. So, I'm going to imagine that we are most in danger down here and up here. Honestly, I wish I could just... I think I'm just going to sack these ghouls. I don't want or need them. We're going to make a force of gargoyles and those twin dragons to fly around and protect us. That's all I can really think to do. So let's go ahead and queue up a couple and get maxed out, and then we're going to start making boats because I don't think boats cost supply. We also want to make some gargoyles to come out here and kill these nether drakes. A ground force is just not necessary at all, except, I guess, to defend ourselves against drops. But we can position boats to stop things from dropping on us in the first place, I think. Again, it really depends on how we're attacked, and it might just be a big mess because of just the general layout here. But we'll see. We'll see. So we'll go Black Citadel as well here. And it'd probably be a good idea to get these set up as well. Into Halls of the Dead to help defend ourselves. Flesh Cutter. That's these things, right? That's like our heavy frontliner. Again, really cool idea, but I just don't see them being super useful here. I think I'm going to make mostly Harbingers, because we need to shoot down air units prior to doing really anything else. So we just want to keep making, again, a group of gargoyles. These twin dragons, though, won't be as useful against those nether dragons. I just have to kill those so I can provide an easy rally point, and then we'll be good to go. Again, just making gargoyles. Oh, we probably also want a tower spam. So kill these two. Dude, that's a lot of damage. They shoot really slow, but that's a lot of damage. You'll love to see it. Enemy buildings. I mean, that's a lot of lumber, but I guess let's go ahead and grab it now. Kill and kill. Okay. So we have our heroes here in the middle, so I'm thinking we're going to want to...
Research complete.
Again, just make a lot of gargoyles for down here and cover these, like have an air force that can cover both of these areas. Kill this guy, please. Again, it all comes down to where they attack me and how much ground unit defense I'm going to need in each area, which hopefully is not going to be a ton, but it depends. Like, they're probably going to drop on us in certain areas too, so that's why we're going to have to be careful. Just make gargoyles here. Go ahead and spend our lumber and get this... Oh, the game has crashed. The game has crashed. Give me a moment, please. Back to about where I was, I think. Hopefully we're not going to be getting consistent crashes. I think we want to leave these guys here in case of potential drops. And then just rely on air units kind of down in this location. Again, ghouls aren't really contributing anything, so let's get rid of them. So again, we're playing as the Arda's Nexus, and then we've got these poachers as well, which is kind of an overlap with whoever we played a couple missions ago. I don't remember who that was. Nope, same crash. Darn. Okay, I have no idea if it's going to crash again, but I restarted the map instead of loading a save. So let's give this a shot, and just, I'm going to take these gargoyles and come on down here and see if I can kill these nether dragons. Because, again, they're just right in the way of me being able to reinforce. So that's annoying. Let's come on down here and give this a shot. We know that they can slow. One thing I'm leaning towards is we want to start making frigates and kind of camp them over here to maybe stop the orcs from flying over and dropping on us. So I'm going to get some of these harbingers and spread them out so we can maybe pick off transport ships and all that stuff. Let's come on down here and see if we can kill these dragons. It's looking good here and here. And again, we want to just have like a relatively mobile force that can fly around and stop potential enemy attacks. Again, which also requires just a lot of these harbingers, which is a lot of gold. We do have multiple bases. Ruined bracers is good. I guess we can take our transport ship and go and put those on Ogre Lord guy. Though keep in mind, I'm pretty sure Ogre Lord guy is going to get completely roasted at some point. Again, let's go ahead and just move on down here. Just going to make a lot of these harbingers. I don't expect battleships to come and attack me, but air units will. So we want to get these things into position. And also have a mobile fleet of gargoyles that can fly around and respond as needed. I guess we can give these to Galareth the Great.
I await your counsel.
Okay, so we have these guys, and then we have these guys. Again, I don't know where they're going to attack me from. My goal is to just get enough harbingers that can sit around the outskirts here and stop any potential flyers from getting to us. I see. Okay, so this is here. Let's go ahead and get our gargoyles in here. It looks like boats are perfectly fine to defend against this. Those are the sea drakes. Okay. I can only expect that means that the next attack's going to come from the orcs. And then the orcs and humans are also attacking each other. So this, I really don't think, I don't see this as taking like a ton of time. It's really just ensuring that we can make a ton of boats. And also I want to go around and pick off the demons that are on these islands. And we're going to have full control of the sea relatively soon anyway. So I'm going to drop this guy off and get some rune bracers. Again, I'm pretty sure this guy's just going to die. But this used to be Largoth and Varengar. I'm pretty sure. Okay, and let's just continue to make boats down here as well. Again, that seems to work, so we can stop them from getting to us in the first place. And then eventually we're going to make a... Again, we've got the twin dragons that should be able to kill boats pretty fast, and then our own battleships should just be able to completely wipe all this stuff out, like all these fleets that are hanging out, right? And then we can pick off these demons that are around the outskirts, etc., etc. That's the plan, at least. I don't expect I'm going to be using these heroes very much at all. Really just to defend. It really depends on, again, where we're attacked and with what strength. But mostly I'm going to be focusing on air units and boats. And boats don't cost supply, so we can just make a ton of boats. And it'll be a blast. It's going to be a blast. Let's go ahead and turn these into Halls of the Dead just in case. No crash. You'll love to see it. And we're going to need so much lumber because we're making mostly boats. So let's just, you know, why not is what I say.
Thy bidding, master.
Okay, and let's grab maybe another one of the... Oh, can I not build more? That's interesting. So this boneyard is super valuable because we can't make more. Okay, well, in any case, we're going to be making a group of these. And then we're going to start moving out here relatively soon. I stayed in no upkeep long enough to build a reasonably sized fleet that should protect us from both the orcs and the humans. Again, it really just depends on where the orcs hit us from, because it's possible to go all the way up to the top. And, you know, that would be bad news. Let's maybe scout around up top here. Who do we want to destroy first? We probably want to grab these. I thought I had them hotkeyed. So we got my heroes, and then gargoyles, and then twin dragons. Dragons? Yeah, twin dragons. It's just funny because we're fighting the dragon lord guys. You know, the dragon guys. Next thing, too, is I'd like to start building a fleet of battleships to start actually killing ships. They're very expensive, though. Doom ships. They're a little cheaper than I recall. Or maybe they're just cheaper than in the base game. I'm not so sure. Anyway, let's just kind of keep these guys queued up. We're going to get a larger and larger force. And, like, as we can maneuver in and out of the rain of fire. And otherwise, they just auto-attack us. We might lose some gargoyles, and we just want to keep these twin dragons alive to do the majority of the damage. Let's head on up there, and we might be able to use twin dragons to build a large enough force to snipe the shipyards, and then destroying the navy is fun and relatively simple, so we'll see. We can always dive in there and snipe the shipyards. We don't have to kill the whole, you know, force by any stretch of the imagination. One thing that might be good to think about, quick save, by the way, as I'm talking about this, is if we would have played as the humans or the orcs, we would play as Grofzag, or we'd play as Merlon with Edale and Salamar, right? We could get these items and put them on those heroes that we will be seeing again. Whereas now we're playing as these other folks that were, you know, they're just gonna... Like, Largoth, I'm pretty sure, disappears after this. And like, Galareth the Great is probably going to be killed by him, because, like, Largoth typically kills Varangar in the original iteration of this. And just keep making those battleships. We want to make a large enough force that we can get out there relatively soon. This group, let's move them in. So I don't know if clearing out these islands is really even worth my time, now that I think about it, but... Oh, yeah. Dude, the damage of these is really good. Okay, so they're going to drop on us here, but they're going to get stuck. So I think we're safe versus the humans. As long as we keep, like, a cluster of frigates around this location. Let's come on down here and take this stuff out. That is Gloves of Haste. Again, it's really hard for me to know if it's even worth my time to clear out these islands when we really could just be going for the win. Again, I'm not in a super rush, but I'm also cognizant that it's not like getting items on these heroes is going to matter at all. At the very least, we could load out Galareth, because he seems like he's some goofy, weird combination of stuff where, like, even if Largoth kills him, he might be able to come back to life or something. So, yeah, we're going to keep making twin dragons. And, like, at least... Oh, Knights of Combe are here, too. At least the humans are killing each other. So, let's check our next set of lore. So we've read about Merlin. Orc characters. Grofsag is the son of Efrog and close friend to Rangul's son Sasrogorn. Like their fathers, they too have been friends since childhood. He's also been friends with Vanessa since they were little children, having been on good terms ever since. He never treated her any differently because of her race. Grofsag has a reputation as a skilled warrior and proven himself on many occasions. He is smart and has also shown some leadership skills, though he did not really have many chances to show that. He may be younger than me, but is going to be an honor fighting by his side against the humans. Off the battlefield, he seems a bit silent, though. I'm not sure what he is. I'm not sure what it is, but he seems to think about some things. He's also been learning some things from a shaman. Apparently he can use earth magic rather effectively. As a warrior, I don't know much about these things, but can actually turn himself into an earth creature. Well, it's almost a pity the humans... I almost pity the humans fighting him. Undead faction... Ardaz Nexus remains relatively dormant after its creation, not evolving their own personality until much later. It was only when they first encountered intelligent life captured by the Ijara Nexus that they finally found their purpose. Using dark magic and other means of torment, they experimented on the captives, crippling them and slowly driving them insane. Pain both mentally and physically, they found, made their victims much more powerful once raised as undead. They became obsessed with all sorts of pain and torture, as well as the creation of new undead beings, always trying new things, gaining deep insight into the physiology of any race unfortunate enough to fall into their hands. Being in the hands of the Ardas Nexus is a fate worse than death, even for the most durable race. A living world would call them aberrations, but their work serves their master well. Their desire to improve, cut, and reshape has resulted in some of the most powerful unliving creatures. The Ardas Nexus uses advanced technology, machines brought to life with dark magic, and the spirits of the tormented both on the field of battle and in their tortured chambers, and they never run out of ideas on what they could experiment on next. Lastly, Galareth the Great. In life, the human Galareth was a scholar of the university in Cairo. Being bored by his ordinary life, he stumbled upon knowledge of necromancy and decided to learn it. Showing a certain amount of skill, he was approached by agents of the Rohirrim Nexus disguised as living necromancers offered to join their ranks. He declined, in his arrogance, believing that he was above such suggestions. He was given a week to reconsider. On the 8th day, the Rohirrim Nexus took him in and traded him to the Ardas Nexus. They did what they always do when they're giving captives. Their torture slowly drove Galareth insane, causing immense mental and physical pain, but they also made sure to heal his wounds to prevent him from dying. Deciding to try something new, the Ardas tore Galareth's spirit from his body and bound it to the corpse of Gart the Great, a dead ogre magi of the Ogre Legion. Then they raised Gart as well, causing two spirits to fight for control of the body. After studying the effect of their deed for a little while, the Ardas went further. They combined two spirits into one, driving the new spirit they had formed completely insane even in undeath. For several weeks, the creature did nothing but speak to itself, talking without any sense. Eventually it calmed down, but now calling itself Galareth the Great. He became a great researcher of the Ardas Nexus, showing both immense insanity and immense ingenuity. While his creation was abhorrent by living standards, it is proven that the Ardas were onto something. Their methods did indeed create powerful assets for the Master to use. Okay. As I pointed out, I feel like those are getting longer and longer each time. It's not that there were more entries, it's that like each entry itself has just gotten bigger and bigger. If we want to kill the rest of the demons, we are going to need to clear out these middle fleets, which we're en route to doing here pretty soon with these doom ships that we're building up. Get a nice little fleet, send it out, kill a group of human ships, kill a group of orc ships, etc., etc. Pretty sure there's some demons over here to kill too, so we'll have to send our flyers down to do that. The orcs have not hit me yet, which makes me a little nervous. Again, we can make a big fleet of harbingers, and if the orcs just never attack us over here, I'm not going to complain. I vaguely recall them attacking from that direction. And we start with 3 gold mines, which makes a big difference for the undead here, and I think maybe the balancing factor was were the crashes at the beginning. I'm sorry, sure, I'm just poking fun. I'm sure that it was deeply frustrating getting crashes on this, but hey, I just found another one for you. Have fun. Okay, and I can afford to just rebuild this stuff, so I'm not really in a rush. We can just, build a fleet of battleships, or doom ships, or whatever they're called here. Move out, destroy a piece of the enemy fleet. Build more. And then the world turns. Just keep making rounds of these. And the faster we can take out these fleets to be able to move around, specifically with our air units, the better. So that's why I'm kind of in a not a rush, but I'm moving quickly to secure the sea. We can get more shades, too, to keep an eye on the ocean. Which I noticed, we do have shades just sort of hanging out here. Shades are amphibious. I thought it said that. Okay, shades are amphibious this mission. Okay, so again, we have a little fleet here to protect us. Our ships are pretty much all the the battleships and the Doom ships have the exact same stats. Come down here and take these out. Again, we've taken about half the sea. We continue to make twin dragons. We'll get a full group of the twin dragons. Where even is the group? They're up here. Again, that's just to, I guess, ensure that we don't get hit. The Reed Cliff Tribe. Again, this strikes me as a mission where there's probably a lot to explore, but at the same time, because I chose to play as the Undead, maybe that's my mistake. I mean, I probably am going to want some of these items on the human or orc characters now that I think about it. Well, I mean, doesn't matter, because he gets killed, right? Edale sort of doesn't matter, because I don't even think you get to use her again, except maybe the finale of what was the first human book. I'm not so sure. How dare you take my battleship? Come back here. Come back here. You coward. Okay, we're in high upkeep. You hate to see it, but it's all right. Infernal contraptions up there. Again, we're going to send these twin drakes to go down and finish the job. Never mind. We've been... What? A dreadlord? I don't recognize you. What trickery is this? How amusing. Undead, execute this creature. Make it suffer. Impertinent aberration. Destroy this imposter, my servants. Tear him apart. Okay, well, you're already dead. Scroll of Restoration is whatever. Wand of the Wind is also whatever. Immune to magic. Why don't we send our gargoyles down here? Oh, you hate to see it. Okay, I'm on the way. Slowly. This is what I was concerned about. Now, I guess we'll just make more frigates and camp them down here so that these things were really beefed up so that you don't do exactly what I did. So here's Dragon Regiment with their stupid tamed lizards. You guys are jerks. Okay, it'll take some time, but they'll eventually kill this. Does its AoE damage them? No, they're flying, so I guess not. Okay, here we go. Please don't tell me any of this stuff is immune to magic. I'd be really, really unhappy. All right. Again, I'm a little hesitant to even bother picking up these items. First off, because they're mostly trash. I mean, again, there were gloves of haste up here I came up to get. So the bottom base is the one that's constantly getting hit the most. The orcs haven't hit us at all, which is surprising. Maybe they don't know we're here. I can't be sure. Anyway, I guess we could put, like, Galareth the Great down here or whatever. Battleships, keep it up. And just keep making frigates to sit down here. And it's a bit of a race against time, because now that we're in high upkeep, we have to ensure that we can keep the pressure on without losing our fleet, because if we run out of money and we can't reproduce this force, we're in major trouble. I am inclined to maybe cripple the humans first. So here's what I'm going to do. Nope, they're attacking us up here. They're attacking us up. The Skullblade clan is attacking us. What we want to do is get into range here and just take a volley at this before the pathing gets a problem. Like, we want all of our ships to be able to attack. We take it out before they can get to us, and then now we leave. All right, just like that. I don't think any demons can be on these islands. We cleared out that. Also, they're still attacking each other, which is great. You know what I'm going to do is just leave my gargoyles down here, too. They should be able to snipe those, those flyers. Let's go and pick up Largoth as well. It seems like we need less defense against the Orcs. Don't tell Garthog I said that, but he's kind of a pushover, you know? Let's take these out next. Okay, just about got a full group of these. Yep, that'll be perfect. And then we'll be maxed out. My idea was to follow my boats around, but I don't even think I have to. It's mostly for defense. So we have to destroy the entirety of the navies, but then also the sheep yards. Again, we don't want to attack because we don't want to draw their defensive force to us until we're absolutely ready. So again, we move right in really close so that everybody's in range. Take a volley, and then we're going to leave. Okay, that's that. But yeah, I guess I can still follow my stuff around. I don't really want to have to destroy entire enemy bases, though. We just want to just sail around and sink stuff. Let's get more Doom ships for the future. Let's go ahead and load up Largoth and put him down on the island that needs the most help. Which is right here. Be careful that we don't get in range of Skullblade. Is it Skullblade? I'm pretty sure it's Skullblade, isn't it? Yeah, Skullblade. Just avoid. Let's go ahead and bring these guys up here, too. We have a full group. Let's quick save. We're in great shape. We're behind enemy lines at this point. I might want to get some more shades so that we could scout out some more in the ocean. Dude, we just completely deforested this area. Not much more lumber for us to take. Okay, we've got this whole group. Let's head on over here. I'm gonna, again, do the same thing, which is if you could move in and snipe the shipyards. The whole idea is we're supposed to be kind of on a secret mission here with the Undead, which is just kind of dip in, snipe the structures, dip out. We're already quite close to completing our goal. One more. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is... So those shipyards, I want to look up here and just make sure that there's not others for us to do.
My life for Nezul.
Did I make all these extra... Why did I do that?
Where shall my blood be spilled?
Well, that's fine. That's more shades for me. Again, I think all of the shipyards were revealed to us. But I'm going to at least look. So I think Sassorgarn's back here because he's the coward that sent Gravsag out to the front island to...
All shall be revealed.
To handle things, you know? More demons over here. Again, honestly, at this point, I think we just leave it. Like, if I'm really that self-conscious about it, I could always come and replay this as one of the others and collect the items and get them onto worthwhile heroes. But, like, at this rate, we've pretty much already crippled the Orcs' naval capability. We just got to pick off these two, which is a little harder because they're deeper into enemy territory, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. I made one extra of these. We'll put it down here. We've got these... and we do have to destroy the entirety of the navies as well, so I'm going to continue attacking with the boats and just taking out these middle navies. And they are hurting each other quite significantly, so let's go. This is kind of like the ultimate naval fleet with this amount of flyers defending us. I like how, I mean, in Arcane, the fact that there's no supply cap on boats is makes naval missions quite fun. I hate dropping especially in something like Arcane, where, again, you're sort of like throwing units away into the grinder constantly, so like dropping a minimal force without being able to reinforce it would be really, really painful. Unless I could set up a forward base, which I think you typically do. When you place the Orcs on this mission, you come over to the right and you set up a base over there. Okay, let's attack this. Okay, roasted. Clever idea to restrict the player just based on the fact that they can only build one of these, I mean, they can only have one of these structures to build these things out of, but obviously it's not going to stop me, so.
I go unseen.
Okay, and just like that, we've basically crippled both sets of enemy fleets. Let's take our battleships, swing them up here. You know what? Go ahead and attack the humans, dude. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Next step, let's come up here, finish the Orcs, come down to the far left, and kind of gut the humans from this area. It's possible they're a little broken, or they knew I was here and decided to push back a little bit. Destructors make me a sad man, though these Twin Dragons should counter them pretty well. Well, I don't know if they counter them, but they're pretty good. Okay, let's go. We gotta pick off these boats, which might draw their defensive force to us. So I'll probably kill all the boats and then back up. Wait for their defensive force to reset. And go from there. Never mind, they didn't. Honestly, it's possible these Twin Dragons would be able to snipe these a little bit easier. So let's give him the goop. I wouldn't say that that's faster, but it's pretty good. And the game crashed again. My soul.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, as you can see, I did cheat only because I'm clearly on the path to victory, and I needed to go faster because it seems like I've hit a point where, like, after a certain time has elapsed after my most recent save, the game will inevitably crash. So I gotta go. I'm not happy about it, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, these guys can't attack air units. Gotcha, gotcha. Let's just fly around here. I wanted to see if these things drop anything, and then otherwise, we're just about done with the humans.
Our forces are under attack.
So kill this dummy. Ring of Regen is whatever. I think we've killed all the demons on the map. It seems like there are murlocs that are down there hiding out in the bottom right. But again, as the undead, we don't need to worry about that at all. We have killed all the fleets. Again, unfortunately, because there were some crashes, and again, Shar, I'm sorry that that's, you know, what you're seeing on the showcase. I know you said this mission has been giving you problems. So yeah, it needs a little bit more work on that front. But, you know, we made it through. Again, I did have to cheat. Not right now, but just off camera you saw the cheat disabled. It just so that I could use the god cheat to kill stuff a little bit faster so that we could get a little bit ahead to try to beat the timer on the incoming crash so that we could now finish the mission. I also had levels on my heroes that I didn't spend, but that's alright. We've made some progress, but this is taking longer than we had intended. Curse these undead aberrations for intervening. Well, you haven't been the most effective leader, but yes, their arrival has slowed us down. We have to press on before... Sasragarn. What is it, Grafsag? Terrible news. Vanessa's been captured by the humans. What? Captured or rescued? Leave it, Gorthog. Grafsag, are you sure? How did you learn of this? A survivor of her group came to us, reporting that they fought like animals, but the human knights were just too strong. Vanessa fighting against them must have confused the knights. Rather than kill her, they took her with them. How much does she know about Rangul's plans? She knows everything. This is a disaster. I don't think she will talk. But we should not give the humans enough time to torture her. We have to save her. Yes, Yes, you're right, of course, Grafsag. We have to save her. But how? We're still in the middle of a battle. The invasion fleet will be arriving very shortly. We've already weakened the enemy defenses. We can take the remaining warriors of the Deathbreeze clan and rush past them. The fleet can deal with the remaining human resistance. I won't claim that I care as much about the humans' well-being as you do, but I do agree that we cannot leave her in the hands of the humans. If she tells them anything, our entire cause is in danger. Very well, go. I'll keep the humans busy until Rangul arrives with the rest of the clans. Rest of my clan and the other clans. We received word that the reinforcement fleets have been destroyed, probably after being sabotaged by demon slaves. Also, it appears there's a larger orc fleet on the way. Too many to fight without additional forces. Curses upon them all. The demon slaves, the undead, the orcs. The orcs seem to be regrouping, leaving gaps for us to use. If we board a ship now and set sail immediately, we should be able to reach the island. We can't leave Admiral Seabread on his own now, Edale. Salamar, this might be our only chance to... She's right, Salamar. This is the best chance you'll get. I'm giving you one of my ships. That's all I can spare. Very well. Take care of yourself, Admiral. It takes more than just some greenskins and corpses to take me down. You better be careful yourself. A storm is coming. So, there are more orcs coming, and the humans are already withdrawing. It's time to leave. Leave? Surely you cannot be serious. We're not done here. There are still countless living to be captured and taken to the Dead Mountain for... Enough of your babbling, Galareth. Very well. If you wish to stay a bit longer, gather your forces for a last offensive. We have to... Oh? Oh! I assume it was my great talent in the arts of arguing that convinced you. So be it. I shall gather my forces. I'll be back soon. Prepare yourself, Dreadlord. You will gain many fine specimens today. I cannot wait to experiment on the orcs. Their physiology still leaves so much to be desired. Nothing we cannot improve, however. Finally. Aerodon may believe himself to be one of the most powerful creatures of Arcane, but if he really believes he can control me, that an oath can bind me to his will, he is mistaken. It's just a waste of his time. He's a fool if he thinks he can control everything. It is time to prove him wrong. I've waited long enough. This was all just a waste of my time, wouldn't you agree, Jay Barino? Perfect. He knows the player character's name. Are you sure about this? Absolutely sure, my lord. I've seen them myself, from afar, of course. It's unlikely that one of our kind would join the dead willingly. Do we know his name? The undead called him Largoth. Largoth, you say? Something wrong, Master? No, of course not. We'll keep this information to ourselves for the time being. There's no need to inform that brute or Nassian about this. Of course, Lord Cursidar. So I think that's... Is that Ibira and Cursidar? So, Largoth, what's the game that you're playing here? So you let him get away. Well, actually, I was... Never mind. Your new orders are to return to the Dead Mountain with your prey. I'll send a ship after the turncoat. But I still have... Move. Okay, so number one, Galareth, not dead, so I guess items you put on him may not be wasted. I left a ring of regen behind. I think we'll survive. That's not really something that bothers me too much. So this was very different than the original Fresh Breeze variants, in which the undead always come in and just overrun everybody. But the whole idea here kind of reshapes it, which is that this is the opening for the orcs to start their main invasion. So this is actually where they're coming in with the majority of the clans and landing here. So that makes sense, that the orcs are actually the ones that will ultimately come out successful while the undead kind of meddle behind the scenes. It's sort of unclear why Largoth was sent here at all. Like, what was he trying to do? Just weaken both factions, I guess? I'm not super sure, because like we were attacking both. But now Largoth is breaking away from Aerodon, and we won't hear from from Largoth for a long time. But he and Lysara are working together. I think that was Cursadar and Ibira, I believe. Not so sure. And we can go ahead and just watch the... I guess let's watch it now. We can watch the final interlude. And this will be, unfortunately, the end of Arcane for quite some time. Because unlike when I played Act 1, Act 2 was already... in progress and mostly done, whereas Act 3 is just now starting development on Shar's end. So we won't be going right into Act 3, just to set that expectation straight away. But let's watch the end of Act 2, Crossroads. Despite many victories at that front, tensions in the Imperial Army are rising. The unexpected amount of green-skinned raiders and the sudden appearance of the hostile undead has raised many questions. Some think it's lunacy to keep pushing forward against the demons while raiders and a new threat are appearing right behind them. Others think it'd be foolish to give up the momentum against the demons. And lastly, some no longer know who to trust anymore. Meanwhile, the Orcs are launching their invasion as another force is sent to reinforce Sasragarn, and Grossag is saving Vanessa. In saving Vanessa from the Knights of Combe. And then there is still, of course, the Watcher of Arcane. Oh gosh, the Siege of Combe's coming up. I cannot believe that General Cleavehand decided to halt his advance just to reorganize the army. We were making real progress. His forces were within sight of... Even if the recent news has not caused instability within the ranks of our forces, they were running out of supplies. The demons probably knew that and were just waiting for an opportunity to cut him off and starve him and his forces out. I understand that you two are friends, General Greymore, but General Cleavehand should have taken more supplies to begin with. I will admit that I would not have allowed this to happen, but... Exactly, General Cleavehand did allow it to happen. He's brought us many victories. I'm not arguing against that, but he needs to take more advice from more skilled generals like you, General Greymore. That became obvious the moment he chose that damn dead mountain as the line of defense. His choice regarding the line of defense is rather questionable, I agree. Then there's Bloodclaw. I find it rather intriguing that as soon as he started to legitimize necromancy, forces of undead appeared to appear out of nowhere, attacking our fleets. There are rumors that the undead are actually the ones who destroyed our ships rather than the demon slaves. I wonder if the newly acquired necromancers that are now everywhere within our ranks have anything to do with it. I've not heard of those rumors as of yet. Me neither, but if they hold any truth... General Greymore, Lord Harmos, I bring urgent news from General Bloodclaw. He requires immediate assistance from you and your forces for his current mission. He's asking you to depart at once. Now hold on there, soldier. What kind of mission is he talking about? What makes him think he can order us around? Where is this mission, anyway? I cannot disclose any information regarding the mission. It's classified. Besides, I've been assigned to deliver the message to General Greymore, not you. You and your general should learn to show some respect, soldier. First, Bloodclaw takes half of Cleavehand's forces for himself. Then the mage girl Edale, despite having been assigned to General Greymore, disappears only to later reappear out of nowhere, along with Salamar to support Admiral Seabrow without anyone knowing anything about the reason for it. That is a mouthful. And now... General Bloodclaw's actions are authorized by the Emperor himself, Sir Larrick. Surely you would not question the orders of the Imperial throne? General Bloodclaw claims to act on behalf of the Emperor. I'm not sure if that's still true. Rodan is far from here. It's difficult for us to be certain. I will inform General Bloodclaw about your doubts, Lord Genethys. Rest assured I will. Still, I have been sent here for General Greymore and Lord Harmos. It's to reply that matters. It's their reply that matters. I'm sure General Greymore is not going to let someone like that tyrant Bloodclaw order him around. My scouts report that a high-ranking leader of the demons has slipped past our defenses and is hiding not far from here. Rather than go on some secret mission that might as well be a trap, I'm sure that General Greymore would like to join me against this creature. I would surely like to assist you, Lord Genethys. What about you, General Greymore? Want to join us? I bet we're not even given a choice. Yep. Thank you, Lord Genethys. It would indeed be an honor to fight alongside a hero of the last war such as yourself. Still, General Bloodclaw has requested the assistance of my forces, and as far as I'm aware, his actions have the blessing of the Emperor, no matter how questionable they may or may not be. I will accompany his emissary. I wish you good luck on your hunt, however. I will go with General Greymore. Every distraction from this mess of a situation is most welcome. I'm sure you're more than capable of dealing with this demon on your own, Lord Genethys. So be it, then. What is the meaning of this, Lord Genethys? I'm afraid that Bloodclaw's deception taxes just earned him an ally who has no idea that he might have just chosen the wrong side. Who knows how many more has been deceived. We could try to stop them and tell Greymore everything. No, General Greymore has made his choice. It's too late now. Ready your forces, Sir Larrick. Despite Greymore's and Harmos' decision, there is still a high-ranking demon that needs to be slain. Of course, Lord Genethys. Are you coming, Derek? Sir, are you sure that Genethys is trustworthy? Of course. How can you even consider that he is not? He is a veteran, a hero. If anyone's trustworthy, then he is. As you say, sir. This is the girl who was working with the Orcs, General Bloodclaw. As you can imagine, I was surprised to learn one of our kind was aiding these aberrations. I've given the order not to harm her until you were able to see her yourself. A traitor to our kind. That in itself is nothing special, but usually the traitors join the demons or just go rogue on their own. But the Orcs? Intriguing. Stupid Imperial. I'm neither a traitor nor one of your kind. I never knew any life but the one I had with the Orcs. So, the Orcs at the very least taught her how to speak. Your arrogance will be your downfall, Imperial. The Deathbreeze clan will come and free me, and they will make you pay for capturing one of their warriors. Arrogance? I'm merely surprised that the Orcs even bothered to treat you well. It's nothing that I would expect from raiders of the Deathbreeze clan. You know my clan? Did you really think the rise of your clan would remain unnoticed? You clearly underestimate the intelligence network of the Empire. All of your intelligence won't save you once. Spare me your pathetic threats of your greenskin overlords, girl. You're not one of them, no matter how much you seem to think otherwise. You'll never see you anything in you but an asset that... You know nothing about the Orcs, Imperial. They might be more savage than humans and more brutal, but they're honest, unlike your kind. You use intrigues and manipulations to get what you want. While infiltrating your lands, I have seen that there are humans who are kind-hearted and good. Then there are others, like you, the ones that walk over bodies to reach their goals. They use oppression to bind others to their will. You're no better than the Orcs. Mind your tone, girl, or I will... I'm the only reason why you are still alive, girl. Do you even know where you are? This is Castle Combe, home of the Knights of Combe. Every member of this order has made an oath to protect the kingdoms from all threats, especially the Orcs. Their ancestors bled to throw your people, as you call them, back onto their islands. Someone like you, a human willingly working with the Orcs, would have been tortured to death if I had not shown interest in meeting you. And why did you want to meet me? To see if I could be an asset to you like you believe I am to the Orcs? Yes. Tepid pause. Questioning tepid pause. As you can see, the Orcs are not the only ones who can be direct and honest about such things. You underestimate your own race. You're not going to use me against my people, Imperial. I'm staying with the Orcs no matter what you do. We shall see about that. I'm going to give you some time to reconsider. If you don't come to realize on your own where your allegiances should lie, well, you'll come around one way or another. Give her the necklace. I want you to keep her isolated. Don't let her see any other prisoners. There's only one more prisoner in this castle at the moment, General Bloodclaw. The one that I would like you to either take with you or give us permission to execute. Unless you wish to incur the wrath of the Wolf Regiment, I'd recommend leaving that prisoner be, Grand Master. I have important matters to attend in the Pearl of Lore. Biram will visit you in 2 weeks and take care of this girl. I entrust you with keeping her safe from your men and preventing the Greenskins from rescuing her. You have my word, General Bloodclaw. No orc shall enter this castle and leave alive. The Knights of Combe will eliminate every single one of them. We've received word from Khazardius. The forces he sent him to pursue Largoth are following the human ship. They're on their way to Shade Isle. Largoth's betrayal is no surprise. Neither is the unification of the Orcs. However, it happened sooner than we thought. Indeed. Still, while this is concerning and requires certain readjustments, there's no reason to be alerted. In the end, it will not matter much. I could hunt Largoth and bring an end to him before he causes any more harm. Largoth would not allow himself to be captured that easily. Your presence is required elsewhere, Crom. Also, it's a waste of all of our time, right? Largoth could be a threat to your plans, Master. At least he'll think so. I'm only concerned that he has managed to escape my sight. I cannot see him anywhere. Someone or something must be hiding him. I did not think this was possible to hide from your sight. What manner of being could have done this? His true master? Most likely. I still expect that Largoth will lead us to his master. In time. Maybe even sooner now. He's not our priority at the moment. For the time being, we'll continue to watch and interfere when necessary. We've done it. We've done it? We've done it. I like this setup, too. The Largoth Eredon setup, where Largoth betrayed... Well, he's already betrayed Eredon, but he shows up and reveals himself, and then Eredon's like, oh, no. I don't know. I like the idea of, like, Aragon, pompous, thinks he's all got it figured out, gets cut down to size, and then, like, the second half of what would have been the second Undead book is him kind of, like, learning from that and, like, building back from it and actually, like, becoming what he wants to be from that, as opposed to, you know, where he is now, which is more like, you know, thinking he's got it all figured out but doesn't actually. I don't know. I'm jumping forward in the time frame here, but we're certainly set up for the Siege of Combe, which is one of those cornerstone Arcane missions. I am and both am not looking forward to it. We'll see. I'm sure there's going to be some cool changes to it, as there have been on all of these missions. Definitely would consider revisiting a fresh breeze, but for now I'd say we're done with Arcane, and we'll move on to something else for next time. Of course, when Act 3 is released and Shar feels that it's appropriately ready for a showcase, I'll pick it up. But thanks everyone for watching. Leave your feedback below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.